The Catholic School Division has had another successful year with Director of Education Doug Robertson at the helm. Jeremy Thompson sat down with them to talk about the year's accomplishments.
So you've been the Director of Education for the Catholic School Division for a number of years now. How does this past year, compare to some of the years in the past?
Well, our jobs continually evolve. It's remarkable how much one year morphs into another year. But we began planning a long time ago, so each year just adds on to what we've been working on from the previous year. It's pretty exciting just to see it evolve over time.
Yeah, and you've had obviously some successes and some failures and all that stuff within your career. One of the major successes this year, I'd say, for the Catholic School Division is the Holy Rosary Raiders. They won provincials.
Yes. That was really exciting just to watch that team evolve right from the springtime, their springtime preparations, summertime preparations, and then they just had a season to remember. So ending it with a provincial championship was very special, I know, to Holy Rosary, to the football team, to our school division, as well as to the community of Lloydminster, because football has become such a big part of the fabric of Lloydminster.
And they even had to overcome a little bit of a tragic incident that happened with one of their players dying.
Right. And that became something that was talked about on the team. It was something that the players worked through, and it was really kind of beautiful to see between the players, the school, and the family.
Obviously, the Lloydminster is a growing city. The public division just brought out their new school with College Park. Are there any plans for expansion in the Catholic division?
Well, when we're seeing the growth of Lloydminster, the year-over-year growth is something that we're working with the ministry on right now. Our school division is growing between 175 over 200 kids year over year for the last 3 years. That's pretty significant growth patterns. So we're definitely in conversations with the ministry just regarding a future elementary school to expansion of Holy Rosary High School as this large group of forms of kids going through grade 4, 5, and 6, and 7 reach Holy Rosary in grade 8. We need to plan for that, and our board is planning with that. We're in direct communication with the ministry. We're
almost out of time here, but just really quickly, if you could give me a 15-second look ahead, what are you excited for next year?
Just that the evolution of our early years, because it's such a significant part of readying the academic success of all of our kids. So our pre-K program, our kindergarten expansion program with Kindergarten Plus and full-time kindergarten, to what our teachers are doing through grades 1 to 3, so that all kids can read at grade level by the end of grade 3. That is so much fun to watch.
All right, Doug Robertson, thank you very much for coming in today and talking with me about the past and the future.
Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Dealing with the election of a new premier and improving care for our seniors are just a sample of how busy this year has been for the PC Party of Alberta. Fraser Snowden had a chance to sit down with the MLA for Bonnyville-Cold Lake, Ganyulescu, to speak about the progress this province has had over the year.
How would you say this year has gone for the Bonnyville-Cold Lake riding?
It was busy, but it started off with a bang. By that I mean in January we found out that Cold Lake Elementary was getting a new school, and in January we also found out that Notre Dame High School was getting a modernization. I wasn't expecting a new school and a modernization, so that was a very pleasant surprise. The completion of phase 1 of the Bonnyville seniors. People are starting to move in, and tenders have gone out already for phase 2, and that's going to be started pretty soon. Announcement that Cold Lake Senior Project is in the design stage, and it'll be worked on just like Bonnyville did, phase 1 and then phase 2. So that's fabulous news. As an MLA, I sure can't complain about those projects that are being. So it started off really well. There's supporting the Bonnyville Health Center. I worked very hard with the docs to save the pathology lab, and I got to give the doctors in Bonnyville a lot of credit. They invite me on a regular basis to their meetings to let me know what's going on and whether they want me to get politically involved to advocate for them. So that's great news. People have spoken, and the intersection of 41 and 660, we finally got the four-way stop in it. Four-way stop, I think it's helped. You know, it takes a while for the drivers to get used to it, but here's an example of when we brought the Minister of Transportation out to Bonnyville. He was able to hear the concerns, and that was one of the concerns that they did bring, was that intersection, and we were able to follow through. And then another thing I'm really pleased about this year is that I'm able to bring ministers out.
Okay. What do you have to say to your constituents?
Merry Christmas, have a great year. Thank you, it's a pleasure and an honor serving you.
Thank you for sitting down with us.
You bet, thank you.